Problem 1. 6 question mark 3 plus 4 minus bracket 2 minus 1 bracket equals 5. To make this statement true, the question mark between the 6 and the 3 should be replaced by, and then the options. In order to solve this problem, you need to use order of operations. This means brackets first, then exponent, then division, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. And we can't solve the bracket on the left, but we can solve the bracket on the right. I'm just going to write out the equation. The equation is 2 minus 1, which evaluates to 1. At this point, the only equation we can solve is 4 minus 1, which evaluates to 3. Then, we subtract 3 from both sides. At this point, it's very easy to see that 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 6 times 3 is 18, and so on, which makes A the correct answer. Problem 2. What is the degree measure of the smaller angle formed by the hands of a clock at 10 o'clock? Well, in order to solve this, we need to actually draw what 10 o'clock is. And it looks like this. And this encompasses 1/6 of the clock, and I can prove it by drawing out the rest of the clock, which has similar areas. As you can see, I divided it up into 6 parts, and the sum of all the angles of these parts are equal to 360 degrees. And since we want to know the distance between 10 and 12 o'clock, we multiply 1/6 by 360 degrees. And then we get 60 degrees. So there you have it. There's your answer, C. Problem 3. What triplet of numbers has a sum not equal to 1? In this case, I'm just going to go over each possible solution and then add them together. So, for A, we need to find the lowest common denominator out of all these fractions, which is 6. Because 6 is 2 times 3. And I'm just going to multiply them out so I can better add them. This one equals 1, so we need to move on to the next problem. In this case, 2 and minus 2 cancel out, which leaves only 1. Here, 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 6 equals 10. And when we have 10 in the ones place, we carry the 1 over to the 10 side. Of course, we put the decimal place, making it 1. On to D. We add 1 plus 1 and 1 together, making it 2.1. And then 2.1 and 2.1 cancel out, which makes 0. 0 is not equal to 1, and therefore this is the answer, D. Problem 4. The diagram shows the miles traveled by bikers Alberto and Bjorn. After 4 hours, about how many more miles has Alberto biked than Bjorn? Well, we can just look at the diagram, and after 4 hours, we can see that Alberto has biked 60 miles, and Bjorn has biked 45 miles. 60 minus 45 equals 15, making the answer A. Easiest problem ever. Problem 5. A rectangular garden 50 feet long and 10 feet wide is enclosed by a fence. To make the garden larger while using the same fence, its shape has changed to square. By how many square feet does this enlarge the garden? We should solve this problem by drawing out a diagram. Now, in order to find out the dimensions of that square, we need to find out how long the fence will be. And the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times width plus 2 times length. So now the fence is 120 feet long, and the next step is finding the side length of each square, since the 4 sides of the square are equal. So all we need to do is divide 120 by 4. "30 times 30 is 900 square feet, which is the area of the square. We found out the area of the square, but the problem is not asking for that. It's asking for the difference between the area of the original rectangular garden and the area of the square. And we need to find out the area of the rectangle, which is length times width. 10 times 50 equals 500 square feet. And 900 square feet minus 500 square feet provides a difference of 400 feet. And this makes our answer D.